Hello everyone, this is Zeeebo and welcome to this AFK journey video. So we are currently on our global account and we have 2 more keys. So we have passed on most of the challenge except for this one because I employed Antendra and then I got timed out. So in today's video, we're gonna break down how to clear 6 win on Sunlit Showdown consistently while still trying to clear through the extreme challenges right here. So for this one, you can only use your units once and you want to use as many units within your collection so that you get as high of a point as possible to secure a better ranking. So we're going to try our best. We're currently at 131. So let's see what we can do after all this different battle showcase and the different combos. So starting off, let's go into battle. So against this comp over here, first unit is Hodgkin, magical, so you want to use a magical damage dealer against him. Second unit is physical damage dealer, mag creature. So I mean, you want to use a physical unit against him. So against Viperion Wilder, Lenya's actually insanely powerful unit as a magical damage dealer, which I think we can feature. But I think for the second slot, we're gonna put in a Khafra here. Yeah, so like our tailing will be dealing with this and then Khafra can come in. But one thing I'm actually afraid is that Khafra might actually mesh into Hodgkin, which is bad. So let's not take the risk. Let's use Bryon. So Bryon is much better in a 1v1 against Hodgkin. Then we have Seth here. Seth, being a last unit, is able to build the Hunter's Instinct when the enemy's HP falls low enough for him to carry harder when he comes in last. So we're gonna go with this one. Let's go. So one unit, all the units only have 1 energy. I think Bryon should have an easy time against Hodgkin. Okay, so might be able to 1v1 this guy as well. Seems like Bryon can do it. Bryon's pretty good in a 1v1. So okay, so we take down the Viperion right here. Pretty easy start. Okay, so no combos needed yet. Round 32. Okay, this is all. Oh, you need to use physical damage, you need to use magical damage. Okay, so Bri is breaking down the enemies. I don't think I need to. I think for this one we can do. So this one we need to use. Yeah, this is magical. So we use a full magical team, I guess. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a Tailing here. Tailing with the revive mechanic can 2v1 the opponent. And then I think let's do Iron because we have a Tailing here. So take out this one. A very good magical damage dealer obviously will be Lucy. Elsa's also okay for this boss fight. But I think these two should be able to clear. And then usually the last unit, right, should be your final hole in terms of the battle itself. So it should be your strongest unit. Let's just put a Lucy in case. Yeah, double unit damage should be okay. So we might need to heal the HP of Tailing right here. Okay, so that she's able to cast the ultimate and bring down this guy. Although he's able to come back to life later. Okay, but I don't want my Iron to take too much damage. Okay, so right here we can see Tailing 2v1. Got controlled here, but I think magical damage should be sufficient. Iron has a shielding, which means that we can let Tailing be the carry once she comes back. We'll keep the items first because I don't usually use my items unless there's an urgent need to. So it doesn't look like I need to because I'm not going to time out. So one thing to take note of is the timing. You kind of don't want to use units with a lot of sustain and very low damage because you actually time out very easily. Okay. Dino is problematic, to be honest. Yeah, Dino is actually scarier than like, I'll say like, I think we can actually use Natsu for the quick burst. So you kind of want to quick burst our Dino before he's able to do anything. So I think any units with insanely good like ultimates to actually burst the enemy down is good against all this kind of bursty comps, but there's also the Skalita. So I think Natsu alone should be able to clear. But in the event if we have to finish this guy off before he flies into the air. So I guess for this one, let's do a Valkar. Let's do a Lucy and then we do a Valkar last, I guess. Okay, so we go with the Lightning Fire Dragon for the control to freeze him, to stun him. Okay, so Natsu is pretty good in a 1v1 setting and the fire is able to go into the second target as he's channeling. Skalita comes down, another fire to bring down the opponent. Boo! Okay, Lightning Fire Dragon with the stun. Looks good. Okay, what we can do now is we can switch in Lucy here. Okay, so this will give us like this additional unit usage. we can also use this with maybe like you use your hamsters and then you feature some really strong units in the back lines. Actually, I shouldn't have used that because I can keep back for other showcase. Oh, there's a Nero and a Chimera. It's gonna be problematic. If this is the case, right, we have to deal with... why is there only 2 units though? Okay. So in this case, I think we just use Wilders, I guess. I think Arden first should be fine. My Arden's pretty strong. A very good Wilders carry will be Lenya. We'll put Lenya in the last one against Chimera. And then... I think we can afford... okay, I don't think Khafra's a good choice already at this point. But I think we can afford a Valka here. Yeah, Valka's still really strong in a 1v1 setting. So we have this elemental advantage right here. And then we keep all the necessary damage buff onto Lenya to carry us. We just can't let the whole steamroll, to be really honest. So if need be, we'll use this onto Arden to deal with the Chimera. So right here we lose HP. Okay. Okay, so now here we go with the boost. Give the boost onto our Who, and then we go into Lenya. Because if we don't, right, what will happen is once she gets off the ultimate, we just lose. Because Chimera's ultimate is insanely powerful. So same thing, you can also use Chimera on our team. So we're going to use Chimera next. Okay, quarterfinals, semi-finals. Okay, against Mercenary Captain. Okay, this is gonna be challenging. We need to actually use some of our strongest stuff. So let's get an Ice Shield. Let's get an Energy Regen. And so a HP Potion. So this is the round which we feature Chimera, I think. So Chimera should be able to easily carry us right here. Put a Seth as a third carry with the Instinct in case. Maybe throw in a Vala. Yeah, to pin down the boss. So right here we get the Energy Potion. Okay, when he summons, we use the Ice Barrier. Okay, Chimera's so good. Actually, I don't even need the Ice Barrier. Chimera can probably take down this boss. See, she's like 1v1ing the boss. Okay, so just buff up your Chimera. Pretty good combo here. Okay. Finals. Okay. Shit, we don't need HP pot. We can't actually draw the fight for too long. So we need all the burst. We need all the burst supplies. So we really don't want Koronaya to carry. So for Koronaya counter, you can use Vala, slow her down and steamroll yourself. Or you can use Barrel. So in this case, we'll use Barrel to showcase. My Barrel is a bit weaker. Hara is quite strong, to be honest. The Barrel at the last slot can be really, really annoying. Okay, another way to win this is I use Harak to just steamroll, to be really honest. Which I think could be the stronger method to win. Yeah, or just Atalia. Like Atalia, Barrel, they're all really amazing. So let's do this. We're just going to feature our strongest units for this last fight because like I don't think there's a need for me to sort of hide my power anymore. Right, we have a Tasi in case, right, to be playful. So after killing all the units, I think our Tasi will be able to dance more. Okay, we can do this on Barrel. Okay, get the ultimate off first, reduce the energy of the Who. Even if she dies, I think it's fine. Okay, no, Atalia and Barrel is still around. Ugh. Okay, we bring down the Atalia, really nice stuff. So we want to use our items for our final round to secure our win. We see a Barrel on the battlefield as well. Okay, nice stuff. Okay, Barrel versus Barrel, Barrel Atalia versus Barrel. Keep the item for the last unit. Stimulant to buff out our Tasi. This is the problem with a Barrel, to be honest. Very, very annoying. But we still have Atalia with our dear Tasi here. So usually you want to keep your strongest combo towards the last few fight because it could be a really challenging one like this one. So first one down, Sunlit Showdown cleared. So after this, we have used 12 units. So our goal is to use as many different units as possible. Click onto the hero book. Okay, so this is the clearance. So we do have extra tickets, and if we are able to use one more, we have more. So let's do it. So like for this usage of battle pass, right, battle supply itself, you'll naturally just get it as long as you play the game mode. So just have to make sure you clear it consistently. Oh, This one is annoying. Partial damage into HP. Okay, the best way to deal with this is actually just use Harak. Yeah, this is the best way to deal with this. We'll put Harak as a second unit. In this case, I think we can put Chippy and Hammy. So let's do a feature right here. Yeah, Harak should be able to carry us. So we put Harak in the second slot and then Sinbad in the last one, just in case. So we use Chippy for the unit clear. So this unit is able to convert damage into HP, but Harak can prevent any HP recovery. So we need to protect our Harak. So after a certain amount of time, they'll start to lose HP. And then our Chippy will fall, but it's fine. We're just going to use Chippy to clear the stuff. A little bit time consuming. So right here, we're going to give energy into Harak. Okay, it's cast the ultimate. Really nice stuff. So you control and then you get the stack and then you move on to the next one. So easy counter here. Done. So you use Harak against like heal-centric teams. Pretty good as well. You can use Pheromone as well. Prevent any form of heal. So we get back our items here. It's control-centric team. If that's the case, I think Shakir should be quite good against control. But Shakir's not good in a long sustained battle. So what we are going to do is let's feature a unit which can become immune after a few ultimate casts, I guess. I think we can do the major showcase. Then for the last unit, I think we need a powerhouse to guard us in case we reach the last unit. So for the last unit against Arden, I'll probably use a Reese. Yeah. Reese is good against melee units as well. So Tamaja's insanely good if she's able to get off her ultimate like after a while. With the EX weapon, she's able to heal when she casts her ultimate and she gets control immunity as well. So very good against all this control setup. But we need to keep her alive. We don't want her to melt to the control from Tazi here. Oh, there's this factor, like this loss of HP, which I forgot to factor in. So we got control enough that she didn't get enough stacks for the control immunity, but Shakir should be able to finish the job because Arden has nothing against Shakir. You can't control Shakir. Done. So we get like more units in our new unit collection. Okay. Oh, Barrow and Talon gonna be challenging, to be honest. Need the energy pot. Barrow and Talon. Oh, Barrow first is actually really, really annoying, to be honest. I think if that's the case, right? Sonya, we're gonna showcase Sonya here. For the other two units, I think what we can do is one is Shamira. Shamira is a pretty good unit. Once you get out the ultimate, you just win. And then we put a Talon here. Okay, Shamira last as the final hole. So our Sonya here goes into battle. If she gets off the ultimate, she'll be able to get a step buff, and then she has stun and also good damage with damage reduction, which makes her a pretty good 1v1 unit. Okay, right here we are getting played by this Barrow, unfortunately. Okay, unfortunately we got played by the Barrow. Barrow is really, really annoying. I think we have to rely on Shamira. So let's give Shamira the energy and let Shamira carry us. Okay, increase the damage dealt by Shamira, get off the ultimate, quickly bring down everyone so that Barrow's not able to revive. Okay, but there's a torrent, which means that the ultimate cast could be a problem for us. Okay, nice. Oh, yeah, we still need to use Shamira to come in clutch. So Shamira is always like a final trump card in case we meet with a very difficult lineup. Oh my god, Barrow again? Barrow and Cryo. Barrow and Cryo? Okay, I don't think Cryo is that scary. Vala is a good answer against Cryo, so we'll use Vala against Cryo. Hara, I think as long as the second unit can kill Hara, we should be fine. I think we can do... So at this point, I can't actually just play with randomly weak units. So against Hara, I think Valka is pretty good in a 1v1 setting. And let's throw in a Atalia. But I kind of want to maybe save Atalia for the final fight, to be really honest. So let's keep her here. Will Sinbad be good against Harak? I'm actually really worried that Harak just steamroll. There's a possibility my Vala actually just carry me. But for the last unit, just to be sure, let's put in Indris. Yeah, I think Indris can deal with Hara with the control. So this one, I think we have to make sure the energy is not full. And I think we can use this because this one gives us the teleportation, which brings us away from the Hara. Actually, to be honest, yeah, Vala's insanely strong in a 1v1 setting. So right here, we move back. Okay, so now you have to use a skill to come to us or walk to us, and then we just win the fight. So you can use that in a melee setting. So Vala's pretty powerful. Okay, really nice stuff. For this lineup, use Faramore. So we're gonna take this opportunity to just showcase everything. Because Faramore will be able to win here. So let's see. Prevents them from... No, we're not going to use Tomb of Silence. We're going to use emergency swap so we can swap out our Who. Okay, and we don't actually need this. We just need this. This will give us the invincibility. So for this round, I think we can feature the weak units because we have the substitute later. So because Faramore is just going to win the match for us. So what we're going to do is some of the units which we will never use, we use it for this round. So we go with this one and then Faramore to be the final carry. This is the happiest lineup. Yeah, we have the emergency swap later. So all the power-ups will be used on Faramore to carry us. So hopefully these healers can kill our Hemi and then we swap out into Faramore after this fight. Okay. Bam. Okay, now we swap out into Faramore and let Faramore do the carrying. Okay. Okay, get off the thing. Get this shield, ice shield, protection, and reflect damage. Get off the ultimate, a lot of damage, prevents any heal, and then bursts down the enemy. Now we keep this invincibility, so they can't attack, and then we just bring down all the healers right here. Okay, so Faramore incidentally is also a brand new unit. So done. Semi-finals done, so finals. Oh, finals actually might be quite easy. Odie is actually easy to deal with. But just to be careful, I think we want to take energy potion. This Tomb of Silence might be good against Chimera, so we'll use it against Chimera. Against Bonnie first. We use these units already, so I think we can use Indris. I think we haven't used Indris before, so we use Indris. Archers Showdown for all these case. Okay, we go with Atalanta. I mean, we go with Atalia, as in case, as a backup. And then, Shamira as a last baton. I think Shamira as a last baton. I just floor bell her, I guess. Yes, I'm actually really scared that like I just lose because of like a random bad move. So I guess to be safe, we will just go with Lenya. Yeah, we'll use Floor Bell whenever possible because Shamira is actually really strong. So I've failed to Shamira many times. So it's better to not take Shamira lightly. Okay, Indri should be able to trade with this guy. Okay, Atalia has this shadow jutsu, so should be okay. Okay, brings down Odie right here. Everything onto our Lenya to carry us, guys. Okay. Oh, empty the energy. And then go with this. Done. Okay, done with these finals. Super duper scared of Shamira, so like I'm always very careful now after my VN experience. Okay guys, so just as I was speaking, I committed some really stupid mistake and I got timed out. So in this fight over here, it was a mistake of me accidentally pressing WoW Showdown, which caused my last unit to be instantaneously defeated. If not, I would definitely have gotten 6th run. And then for this one, I actually got timed out because my Celezo was really tanky, but Celezo wasn't dealing enough damage, and I wanted to do the new unit quest for this challenge. So just a TLDR for all the different players who just come to this part for the conclusion. For all the runs itself, you can stick to a very safe and consistent strategy to secure your 6 wins, and as you are clearing your 6 wins itself, slot in units which you might not have used, right, and can actually maybe be placed on the first slot, and then get your clears for maximum points in case you are into the ranking side of things right here. So the ranking is just for this title, which I think is a cool title, Sunlit Overlord. So I'll try my best to at least keep myself within top 20 to secure this one. But knowing when to use the more useless units to actually get your task done over here is very important, because if you play enough, you'll be able to clear almost everything based on my VN experience, and then the difference maker will be this one right here. So using different heroes as you clear through the Sunlit Showdown challenge, that's the important part. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye guys.